There's a point in Ahsoka Episode 7 where Star Wars finally hits the nail meets coffin death of a franchise. Yeah, I already know many of you disagree, but it's just the darn truth of it, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. The moment is right here, when Ahsoka flies her ship out of the mouth of the space whale. Why? I'm glad you asked. We're about to have an Ahsoka watch party. Ahsoka is a show that rides hard on the member berries. Member berries, as you recall, were developed by South Park as a way to mock shows and movies that exploit your nostalgia from past works, while offering little to nothing of value on their own. Yes, Ahsoka is essentially a parable for the collapse of all systems of Western civilization, but that's another video. Anyway, Episode 7 opens with Coruscant, where Hera is facing court-martial because she deserves it. Admiral Akbar is there for some member-berry reasons. Remember him? Remember? He doesn't say anything. I guess in matters of military discipline, the best-known admiral of the Star Wars universe had nothing to offer. Either way, we get smacked hard with a blast from the past. C-3PO. Now this is C-3PO's first appearance, I think, in a TV show, and it was a lot of fun. He's delivering a message from Princess Leia. Now the logic of this move doesn't really work, but it's okay because we know in real life we lost Carrie Fisher. This is a good medium, a compromise, and we can just sort of hand-wave the logic flaws away. It works, you enjoy it. It was close to wonderful seeing C-3PO again. It almost makes you forget the scene itself is kinda stupid and even frustrating. The sequel trilogy established that the New Republic was incompetent and dysfunctional, and so this show has to set that up. They sure got the incompetence down. It makes you feel bad because the previous trilogy of destroying the Empire now kind of means nothing, but again, that's the Star Wars we have to work with. So there's a lot of stupid people everywhere. Other than 3PO, the best part of the scene isn't the scene itself. It's remembering that come The Force Awakens, every one of these fuckers is going to die. How glorious. Now we still haven't gotten to that fateful moment of the episode yet, but you see where this is going? Cut to the ship and Ahsoka is practicing her lightsaber forms, but lo, Anakin is there as a hollow recording. Don't you love seeing Anakin? He was Ahsoka's master, you remember? I love how she casually mentioned there were like 20 of them. That way they can always drop more scenes like this one in whenever they need to pull Hayden Christensen out of the nostalgia hat. By the way, is this a message he sent? I don't know, I didn't see all of Clone Wars. I find it odd he's walking in circles while recording a message to his apprentice. Don't they normally just stand still? But yeah, whatever. Anyway, the whales are slowing down and my first reaction was, how does Huyang know that from inside a whale? Whatever, the scanners and sensors don't mean anything in Star Wars, just whatever the plot requires. Eventually the whales come out of hyperspace and they decide to take the ship out. Somehow the whale knew to open its mouth right then because of the Force or something. What a bond. Anyway, they exit the whale. And there it is. Why? Just like when they left the worm in Empire Strikes Back. It's a hey, you remember this classic Star Wars moment? It is important because it's the dividing point of this series. This show has thrived on nostalgia for things past. Clone Wars obviously, and Rebels for sure. Also the original and prequel movies. That's all gone now. From here on out, it's the show thriving on itself, and maybe the sequel trilogy a little. So here we go. Out of hyperspace there in a minefield. How did Thrawn lay a minefield when his only ship was on the planet being supplied? Don't ask questions, hater. Also, who the heck makes a minefield in straight rows? Wouldn't this be pretty easy to fly past? Just like go down the middle and don't turn. Also, are they like in the middle of the minefield? Can't they just fly around it? And why is the payload on these mines so small? It's like a fly landing on you. We have better explosives today. Fast forward to Ezra and Sabine in the caravan. They're in these armored carriers. Now how is this a primitive nomad society able to advance enough to build literally anti-gravity hovering armored transports? No freaking idea. Are you a hater? Because clearly only a hater who lives in his mom's basement would wonder how a small, primitive people were able to manufacture machinery beyond even our current imagination of science and technology. Sabine fills Ezra in and seems uncertain that Palpatine is actually dead because J.J. Abrams had to clean up Rian Johnson's mess. Ahsoka then reaches out to Sabine with the Force. You accept it because we've seen this in Star Wars before, but never quite like this. Ezra would have made more sense, yes. Sabine is not really Force sensitive. Isn't that like a requirement for this? But somehow Ahsoka is able to get their exact location because why the hell not? Later, Baylan sends Shin away on her own because of mysterious character motivations. Nothing like a character secret to keep a show going. That's how most shows do it these days. Anyway, now all the fight scenes. So basically the action in this episode is stupid. You almost don't even want to get into it. In the chase scene, the hunters are all over the place, except there's only one person, Sabine, fighting back. So you think they would naturally all focus on her first. You take out the person fighting you, and then you're free to get everyone else. But no, instead they keep attacking the smaller ones, and then get shot themselves. I like how they run up next to the pod, but no one can get in front of it and shoot back. It really helps to be fighting dumb enemies. They circle up and Ezra refuses his lightsaber. That's a thing now. Shin comes and fights Sabine for literally the third time in the series so far. Just under half the episodes have had a Shin-Sabine fight. Jeez. But hey, you remember when she learned Sabine didn't really have the Force and she could just Force choke her and kill her? Why doesn't she just Force choke her instead? What, did she forget? WTF, man. She also fights Ezra. She makes the brilliant decision of fighting so fucking close, he can grab her arm. Like the lightsaber used to be the coolest weapon in all sci-fi, but if this is how people fight with it, throw the damn thing away. This fight is insulting to Star Wars. Like she's so close to him, she's less than the width of one Grand Admiral Thrawn. That's close. There's no need to be so close. She should fight him from a distance of at least 2 or 3 Grand Admiral Thrawns. That would make more sense. A lightsaber has range on it, you don't have to get so close. Anyway, Thrawn sends 2 squads to help. He apparently is unaware of the Palo Doctrine that says if you're going to attack, use overwhelming force. Instead, the military genius Thrawn sends just enough to lose. What's best is who is in charge here. Shin orders them to fire, but Ezra throws up his hands and is like, wait, why are they not firing? She just gave the order. Then again she says fire, but no one does a thing until Ahsoka roars in. Look, I get you want your good guys to win a fight, that's classic storytelling, to fake it so hard. You can't make the opposition so freaking stupid and nonsensical. The fight means nothing, you're forcing the plot. It all ends with Thrawn acting like they had the real victory. Fuck, do not make Thrawn into some gamma moron who twists any defeat into an, actually, if you think about it, we really won, sort of thing. That is not awe-inspiring genius, that's pathetic behavior. I'm seriously questioning how they're handling Thrawn here. Blah blah, the episode ends with a reunion. Yeah, there's not really much to say. Baylan and Shin are still the best in the episode, though there's no anticipation because at this point we don't know what's going to happen, nothing makes any sense. Thrawn continues to be lackluster compared to his original self in the Heir to the Empire books. That is all from a different era. Ultimately, a show needs to be more than just memories of past greatness to carry it. This episode demonstrated that better than anything. Once all the references and homages to the past are gone, everything collapses under its own weight of incompetence. Needless to say, that shit is heavy. Have a great day. I'll see you at the next watch party.